It's day 46 of the findacoolboss.com boss employee matching platform. So it's day 46 out of a 90 that we set 3 months into our pre-launch of the platform coming out this year. So that means a lot of cool stuff. I've been in past videos, I've been talking about some of the basic updates as the designers, the engineers are actually building that platform out, and then giving me updates on how I can adapt it and evolve it, and maybe even pivot a little bit as I talk with more and more small business owners and the companies that are going to benefit the most from this new platform. So very cool, really excited. Every day I'm working towards more and more aspects of it, angles of it, for the launch. So really exciting stuff. So hopefully, if you are a business leader, and you probably are if you're watching this video, if you're a business leader, a business owner, or maybe possibly just someone that's looking to break into it, the videos that I share with you in a very conversational tone is a great way to just get some insight on what it's like to start and run a high productive, a high performing employee culture, whether that's one more person than you, where you're not just leading yourself, but you're leading someone else, or it's 100 people or more, or even more. And that just depends on the way you've set up the company. And then the different leadership levels throughout that company. Everything starts from the top. So that's something you always want to keep an eye on. So we're day 46, and we're getting there. Really cool stuff. We just got done building out a cool little tutorial video on how to guide the business leaders, owners, hiring managers, people that are going to be using this really simple and effective and powerful hiring platform, how to shoot their boss pitch video. So it's basically, and I'm not going to get into it on this video, but it's basically that 2 minute pitch where you are selling yourself, your leadership style, your company to potential talent. And that's how you're going to attract the best talent nowadays. When people that have a lot of talent can pick and choose who they want to go and where they want to go with, it's really important that you offer the best culture, the best environment that's conducive to giving them the freedom, giving them the ability to make decisions, and basically really let their talents shine. And unfortunately, a lot of times that's not happening in these companies. And nowadays, more than ever, they will just choose to work somewhere else. Unless, of course, you want to be that company that just has the unlimited bank account and you just want to bribe people, which is basically what you're doing with higher pay. Of course, there's always different pay levels depending on the level of contribution and value that they're giving your company. So that be all being said, one thing I want to talk about today, and it's something that's come up quite a bit recently with different business supervisors, leaders, managers that also answer to someone above them in their company culture, and it's just unbelievable. And it frustrates me so more because it's not fair to the lower level leadership roles, and it's definitely not fair to employees. And then in the long run, it affects the company. But what? Maybe it's not even a company. Maybe it's a municipal. So it's going to affect everybody that lives there, the taxpayers. So, what is it? Transparency. Why do so many leaders feel that they have to hide so much from their employees, from the people getting the work done? I mean, think about this second. There's so many ways this is wrong. Transparency. I think the number one thing is, and as a business owner, as a leader, I mean, you're not going to show them everything for various reasons, but really, the more you're able to become transparent with them, it's going to open up so many doors to a more high performing employee culture. So let's just go down some bullets real quick. And this is something you might want to just jot down. So the first thing is, when I think of lack of transparency, when big word that comes up, and it's also one of them on our Cool Boss Factor evaluation, our leadership evaluation quiz. If you haven't done that, check it out. Findacoolboss.com, and you can do the digital Cool Boss Factor score and see where you rate in terms of being a good, effective, powerful leader. So the first one though is lack of trust. If you're not transparent with your people, what are you hiding? Is it the financials? Is it the who's making what? Who's doing what? Who's good? Who's bad? What are you hiding? And why are you hiding it? And believe me, they will know. And when someone feels that you're not going to be, transparent with them, just like relationships, oh, what are they hiding? Why are they fake with, or two-face? And that's all lack of transparency, lack of trust, just like micromanaging. When you feel you have to be over everyone's shoulder to make sure they're doing a good job, a good enough job, well, then there's some other things that are happening. And it usually goes back to the leadership. Either A, you didn't hire the right people, and B, you didn't train them properly. So, whose fault is that? And when you start taking accountability as the leaders, when you will make the changes. If you keep pointing fingers and say, oh no, this is why we do it, this is why we don't show up, this is why we micromanage, then don't expect anything to change for the better. So the first thing is lack of trust. When you're not transparent, you're going to have a lack of trust from your employees. Another one is engagement. If your people think that you're hiding things from them, then they're not going to engage as much. They're going to feel like a peon in the system. And nobody wants to feel it, and they shouldn't. They should always feel, no matter what role in your company, everybody should feel that they're contributing in their own way, utilizing their talents. If they feel they're not being utilized enough, well, that's a whole nother issue, growth and development and supporting them in those terms. But lack of trust, decreased engagement. You're going to lose engagement. You're going to lose the engagement, and everyone knows you want your people engaged in what the company's doing, how they serving, how are they doing it, what are the standards. You want them to engage with you. All right, and then if they're not engaging, they're not making decisions. Everyone's gonna be like, well, I'm not sure if I should because, I'm not sure about this, and I'm not sure. Why is that? Because there's lack of transparency. All right. And when you have people that aren't willing to make decisions and take a little risk in order to innovate, and all based on your systems of innovation and making decisions. But if there's no transparency and there's no trust, you're going to see a resisting risk to change. They're not going to want to change because change is scary enough. You need to be transparent with your people in a sense that they need to know the good. What is good? Hey, share all the good things, that all the victories that the company is having based on their contribution. Share that. Share the challenges. Don't just say, hey, we need to do more of this, and not tell them why or any of that, but share the challenges. Do you trust your employees? If you don't trust them, then you know what? Once again, that's more of a hiring process, and those that do the hiring process. You got to have that transparency. So they're going to be resisting change if there's no transparency. The reputation of the company. So everyone knows, what are you hiding? If someone's saying, well, I know they're hiding something, or there's a catch behind what that company does, it obviously is going to put your reputation at risk. And do you really want that? No. So what else do we got going here? Transparency. If the leaders are unwilling to be transparent with their employee team, their team, then of course that's how rumors and misinformation. I mean, if it's not coming truthfully, clearly from the leadership, well, then people are going to make up their own minds and they're going to start assuming things. And you can see where this is going, guys. And that's how rumors and misinformation, well, because you really don't know what the real answers are if you feel that the leadership is not transparent and they're hiding things. You're going to think they're bullshitting you or they're not telling you the truth. Guys, that's how rumors, and when you have rumors and misinformation going throughout your employee culture, obviously that that's going to lead to a lack of production, a turnover. You're going to lose your best talent. They're not going to put up with that crap. And you're just going to see the spiral going down. Why? Because you were afraid to be transparent. And why were you afraid? Are you doing something wrong, or you're just not used to sharing like that? Well, those are decisions that you have to make. The morale's going to go down. Innovation, people are going to be afraid, to say, hey, this could be a better way of doing things. I know in my with my team, we're really transparent. They know when we're doing well, and they know when we're going through some challenges, just like any company. Why wouldn't I share that with them? I share that with them for two reasons. One, I want them to feel good when things are good because I want them to know that they contributed to those victories. I want that. I want them to share in the victory. Why wouldn't you? And when things are being challenged, whether it's many things, whether it's something in the service, which doesn't happen too often, or if it's maybe a lack of the clients coming in, or whatever it may be, I want them to know, hey, look it, we share the victories, we also share the challenges. It's not all on me as the owner, and it shouldn't be. And they need to know that too, because you'll find that they will step it up. And that's what you want. You want them to be vested in the company, in their job, in the purpose of the company, and they'll start step it up. And that's how they're going to propose and say, hey, look it, I'm in the trenches here dealing with this aspect of the company. This is my job. And I find and I feel that this would be even better. If they don't trust you as a leader, they're not going to even offer any type of, they're not going to take any risk to offer you any type of innovative or new ways of doing something. Okay. And if you're not transparent, that could lead into some ethical things as well. What are you hiding once again? And then the last thing is, and this is what the findacoolboss.com platform is going to be all about. It's about good companies, the coolest bosses, right? The coolest bosses, which therefore the coolest companies, right? Meaning they do have a lot of transparency and all of these other major leadership characteristics. They have all of that. Okay? That's what attracts your talent, the best talent. Whether that's the best office cleaner, the best admin, the best salespeople, the best whatever. The talent's going to go where they feel that they are part of it, they're part of the victories, they're part of the challenges, and they want to step it up. Most people, your best talent loves challenges. That's why they are the best talent. You don't become the best at something with a magic wand. It's the people that really persevere. They've found their purpose, they found their alignment, they persevere, they don't give up, and then therefore that becomes part of their identity. The company becomes part of their identity because look, I don't do a half-assed job. This is, I want to do the best I can do, and then therefore it's the best for the company as well. And if you're not showing transparency and you're hiding things purposely, unintentionally, it creates a ripple effect. Now everybody in the office is going to be hiding things from each other, all looking over their shoulder constantly. What's going on? Am I going to be fired tomorrow? You just don't know what's going on, and no one likes to be, stuck in the dark. So that is some value I wanted to share with you today in this video. Obviously, this is part of my YouTube videos, and then yes, I am sharing these videos as well, this information inside our new private Facebook group as well, which is the Society of Coolest Bosses Ever. And when you go through our website, and you can get that, access it right from YouTube channel, go into our website, go in there, and just apply, get invited to become part of the Society of Coolest Bosses Ever. And very soon, and you'll see this in some upcoming videos, very soon you're going to see that we're going to be starting to hit television locally in our state as we get ready for the launch and build out the user base in terms of the companies, and then ultimately the job seekers, the talent looking to find a home in these best companies. So you're going to see some really cool things coming up there, some opportunities. We're going to be looking for the coolest bosses ever locally at first, and then before we go everywhere, that are looking to showcase and just basically be, I'm one of the coolest bosses ever. And that's part of becoming that magnet, that talent magnet. Talent's happy, company's happy, everybody grows together.